Shalom Yeshua. First and foremost, let me give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the Ophlet Akim. Let's preach the word in all truth and sincerity, along to Israelite foreigner brothers that are like the heathens, but the line on the side goes back to the nation of Israel, which nation of Israel are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans through the prophecies and curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter and throughout the Bible. So this is Brother Yakar, a mouth like a lesson, and today's lesson will be entitled, A Good Name is Better Than Precious Ointment. I'm just going to go on some precepts and Lord willing, you brothers and you sisters out there be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemon Shai. Because being in this truth, we are supposed to have a good name, amongst the brotherhood. We're supposed to put off the old man and put on a new man that's renewed and Yahweh Shai through repentance, and cast off the old man in the world. And, we understand that the elect, that's written about in the scriptures will have that good name, and that's what we have to strive to become when we come in this truth, you know. So I just want to do a lesson in regards to that. And I'm start with the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 1. And Lord, one of you brothers and you sisters out there be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, if I didn't say it already. But this is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 1. It says, A good name is better than precious ointment. Right, because we know precious ointment, you know, can heal you, in the form of salves, or actual, ointment. But a good name is better than that, because having a good name, is synonymous with having a good reputation, you know, and let's look at that word name. It's from the Hebrew word shum, which means name, reputation, fame, glory, memorial, monument, right? So, having a good name, it will be the same as having a good reputation, a good report, you know. So that's what we must have. We must have a good report amongst the Akim, but not only the Akim, but towards Yahweh Shimon Shai. Doing those, um, you know, having that good name off camera as well. When Akim, when we're not around Akim, because that's where it matters the most. It matters around Akim too, but it matters the most when you're off camera. When it's just you and Yahweh Shimon Shai. But this is Proverbs 22 and 1. It says, A good name is right to be chosen and great riches. Yeah, so you're not supposed to pervert the, pervert the ways of judgment of Yahweh Shimon Shai, the scriptures, uh, rather, which will be you choosing that great riches than that rather than having a good name, because we know in order for you to have great riches in a society, you have to worship Satan. You have to be a satanic worshiper, you know. But a good name is better to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor than rather than silver and gold. Yeah, so loving favor, man. We want to have that loving favor in the eyes of Yahweh Shemon Shai rather than silver and gold, because people can steal your silver and gold and your gold and your great riches, man. Your resources and substances, but what they can't steal from you is your good character. It's how you conduct yourselves living godly in Yahweh Shemon Shai. They can't steal that from you, you know, and that goes into having integrity, because having that good name, the elect will have that good name and its truth, and they'll be written in the book of life. Revelation 3 and 5, it says, He that overcometh, which the only one that's going to overcome is the elect of Israel. The saints shall be clothed in white raiment. White raiment represents purity, you know. It says, And I will not blot out his name out of the book of life. Why? Because he's of the elect, but I will confess him, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. And that's what we want, man. We want the Lord Yahweh Shai to confess our name before the Father and before the angels in the spiritual realm, man. We want him to plead uh, we want our Lord Yahweh to uh, have a good report on us. You know, uh, we want our Lord Yahweh to speak well of us, of a good report. To the Most High Yahweh and the angels. You know, so now I'm going in Apocrypha in Sirach 44 because it's talking about uh, our righteous forefathers on how they had great names. And this is what we're supposed to follow. We're supposed to follow their example on earth to the best of our ability. But this is Sirach chapter 44, verse 1 in Apocrypha. It says, "Let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begot us, men, our righteous forefathers. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Noah, King Solomon, King David, all the righteous prophets, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, so on and so forth. So those are famous men that we read about in the Bible because everybody knows about our righteous forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Noah. You know, they all know about it because their name was never blotted out. You know, but let's continue. Verse 2, it says, "The Lord have wrought great glory by them through his great power from the beginning, man." So through our forefathers, these famous men that we read about in the scriptures, the Lord wrought great glory and power by through his great power from the beginning, man. It says such as did bear rule in their kingdoms, men renowned for their power. The Lord actually gave power to some of our righteous forefathers, the prophets such as, Elijah and Elisha, King David, you know, um, Samson, you know, so on and so forth, man. It says giving counsel by the understanding and declaring prophecies in them by the prophets. Like I was saying, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Hosea, Haggai, Zechariah, Habakkuk. Then was a man that the Lord has gave counsel by their understanding and declared the prophecies to their people. It says leaders of the people by their counsels and by their knowledge of learning meet for the people, which meet means good, good for the people. Wise and eloquent are their instructions, man. So the Lord was dealing heavily with the prophets. You know, it says such as found out musical tunes and recited verses in writing, and hence we read that in the book of Psalms, because Psalms mean songs. Musical tunes. Our forefathers, played the instruments on, man, while prophesying. Main one, our main righteous forefather that wrote out those musical tunes and recited verses was King David. King Solomon as well. But mostly King David. As you will read in the book of Psalms, it says, "Rich men furnished with ability, living peaceable in their habitation." Our forefathers, they were rich men. Some of them, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Job. Even in the book of Ruth, what was his name? Was it Obed? Forget his name, man. He was King David's forefather. Let's go to it real quick because I don't want to butcher that. I believe it was what was his name? It escaped me right now. Uh, Boaz. There you go, Boaz. Yeah, Boaz. He was a rich man. You know, when you read that account in the book of Ruth, which he was a forefather of King David. You know, um, but let's continue. So yeah, so his rich man was Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Job. Boaz. King David, King Solomon. He was the richest man ever. So it says all these were honored in the generations and were the glory of their times, man. So, they were honored in their generations. Why? Because they had that good name, you know. So, Lord, when we party elect, we read in the book of life, all the works that we did in America in regards to teaching this truth, our backstory and stuff, it's all gonna be written about, you know, from our troubles, our times we were prosperous, you know, uh, it's all gonna be Lord and probably elect. It's all gonna be written about in the book of life, in the kingdom. This as you read about, Yahweh Shai. You know, the Acts of the Apostles. This how their stories were written about. So it's going to be the same thing with us. You know, in righteousness. You see, it says, verse 8, there be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praises might be reported, man. So right, so all our righteous forefathers, they left a name behind them that their praises might be reported, man. You know, hence why we read about them today. Remember our forefathers lived thousands of years ago, and their names were left behind them that their praises might be reported, man, in the scriptures. So we want that same glory, man, not to exalt ourselves. It's all for the glorification of Yahweh Shimon Shai. But the prophecies do have to be fulfilled on regards of the elect being written in the book of life and their life and stuff, their story. Just as we read about the life of our forefathers in their story in the scriptures. You see, it says, verse 9, and some there be which have no memorial, who are perished as though they had never been. So those, a lot of our wicked forefathers, such as, our forefathers that came out, the same generation that came out when Moses delivered them out of Egypt. For example, they have no memorial. All the memorial we read about them in the scriptures is their wicked conduct, and how they were complaining, and ultimately the Lord destroyed them, you know. So we don't want to be that. It says, and are become as though they had never been born, and that children after them, yeah, because they wasn't written about. They were born in vain because the Lord set them up as examples of how not to be, in the truth. You know, from the our wicked forefathers in Egypt to the wicked prophets, the prophets of Baal, which were some of them were Israelites. So on and so forth, man. It was no need to write about them, because they were wicked, you know. But these were merciful, man, whose righteousness have not been forgotten, man. That's right, man. You know, so yeah, so that's where we want to have that same good name, as our forefathers did, man. Brothers can read the rest. It goes on. But very good chapter. But I just want to get that to further support the title of my lesson. A good name is better than precious ointment, man. Because having a good name is highly valuable. Because in the ancient world, because see, having a good name here in America, no one cares about their reputation, their name. You can get, because we live in a wicked world, a sinful kingdom. You can get praised for being wicked. But it wasn't so. It wasn't like that in the ancient world, man. You had to have a good reputation, a good name amongst men. To be in order to be praised, man. But live in a society when the wicked prospers and they get all the glory, and the righteous is looked down upon, man, and the righteous is being called wicked. I just end off on that last one. Just thought of it right now. But the Lord, what comforts us is to know the Lord knows everything. The Lord knows all the works of men. The Lord knows what we're doing is righteous, man. And all these people that's set up, but they're wicked, they all gonna be destroyed, man, in the latter end. But this Ecclesiastes 8 and verse 14 says, there is a vanity which is done upon the earth, that there be just men, which is righteous men, unto whom it happen according to the work of the wicked. Yeah, so in other words, there are righteous men on the earth that's being looked at, that's being looked at and being put in the stead of being wicked. It says again, there be wicked men to whom it happened according to the work of the righteous. Yes, so there are wicked men such as Esau, Edom. The so-called white man, he's a wicked according to the Bible, but he's being looked at as righteous. You know, for the most part. Now he's getting exposed and stuff, but you know, some people out there that still think that Esau, the so-called white man, is pure. He can do no wrong. But he's wicked. I said that this is also vanity. Yeah, it's vanity. It's backwards. And we go into another translation. NIV says there is something else meaningless that occurs on earth. The righteous who get what the wicked deserve. So yeah, so the righteous is getting what the wicked deserve, which is hatred, persecution, being looked down upon, the scum of the earth. It says, "And the wicked who get what the righteous deserve," right? And what do the righteous deserve? Praises, and fame, righteous fame, man, riches, you know. But we understand that all that's gonna come in the kingdom is not meant for right now. But the Lord's gonna bless the righteous in the kingdom. But the wicked is getting what the righteous deserve right now. This too I say is meaningless, right? So everything is turned upside down in society, man. Why? Because the wicked Esau Edom, so-called white men, in rulership. But the Lord knows all our works, man, and He's gonna judge every man according to his works, and the Lord is gonna justify, is gonna vindicate His elect, the ones that showed diligence towards His name and was righteous, to the best of their ability in the wicked kingdom, man. So it's not gonna end well for the wicked, but it will end well for the righteous, the elect. So, Lord will I was edified. I just wanted to make a quick lesson on that. And until next time, Shalom.